Hello, this is Tim at Wembembo on everything from the Game Club Pod and Two Blokes from Blighty and the Billboard. We're back with another solo DLC episode, this time on the indie game Astronomics. For full disclosure, we received a copy of this game for free from game.press for review purposes. I've played this on PC and the Steam Deck. Astronomics came out on February 10th, 2025. It was developed and published by Numismatic. Steam reviews, generally speaking, are very positive, and to go through the game's bio very, very quickly, it's a top-down action and space exploration meeting asteroid mining and automation. Navigate randomly generated asteroids by passing by and starting mining. Impress your employer, upgrade your equipment, fight off pirates, and save up for that last ticket to Earth so you can finally come home for the very first time. Astronomics sees the player as an astronaut mining resources for Cube Corp in order to pay for a ticket home to Earth. A very simple premise and a very straightforward one, with the main goal being very, very clear from the get-go. I put a few hours into Astronomics, so I feel like I saw a good portion of what the game has to offer. I certainly saw its gameplay loop. Starting out with a very basic ship, a command robot, and a gravity-based mining gun, you move from asteroid to asteroid, mining a large variety of resources to sell to Cube Corp or to upgrade your equipment in order to earn money faster. Starting with the positives, the aesthetics of this game are absolutely gorgeous. It's got some incredible color combinations that just scream space exploration as you navigate from minor asteroid belts in order to get to your target asteroid. And Cube Corp on the opposite side of things is a really sterile feeling, similar to that of like the Apple App Store. And some of the animations in this are really, really well done, to the point that I questioned if a lot of the command robot walk cycles were actually motion captured. Some really nice stuff there, but it's not like overly intricate in its art direction. Its colors are actually quite minimalistic and straightforward, but it's handled in a really, really tactful way to make a really pretty looking game with something really, really basic. Unfortunately though, this is about where my praises for the game end. And I know that's really short for a DLC episode to have basically, hey, it looks pretty, but then here come the complaints. The gameplay loop, generally speaking, goes as follows. Leave Cube Corp and set a course for an asteroid. Wait a set amount of time, in real lifetime, for your ship to arrive at an asteroid, and obviously the further away the asteroid is, the longer it takes. Manually navigate an asteroid belt while trying to avoid smaller asteroids. Land your ship on a target asteroid and then assume control of the command robot, who is actually the one doing the mining. Click and hold and pull on rocks to loosen them, then click and hold and drag the rocks to the back of your ship, one at a time. If your battery runs low, you need to go and stand still in your ship until it's fully charged, and you repeat those last 3 steps ad nauseum until the ores run out. Leave the asteroid, wait a set amount of time in real lifetime on your ship to fly back to Cube Corp. Again, the further away it is, the longer it takes. Go to Cube Corp, sell the resources so you can refuel your ship and buy upgrades with any remaining ores or money. Rinse and repeat. It's very grind heavy. It also seems to go out of its way to waste a lot of your time. I understand that things that are further away by their nature are going to take longer to reach, but when the only things you can do on the ship are read about the resources you've already mined, wait around, or sleep, all at the existing cost of fuel, it makes it feel like that fuel should have been the limiting factor and not the arbitrary waiting. To quote a review that I found on Steam, one of the things that you craft are steel rods for an upgrade. You need 2,000 of them, which take a full hour of real time to craft. And while you craft those resources, you're also quite limited on storage space, so you can't go and mine a full load anymore while you're crafting them. I'd say this verges on cozy game territory, but given that the asteroids you mine are only available for a really short period of time, like 15 to 20 minutes at most I think I saw, It really adds pressure to setting up your mining operations quickly, all while balancing your battery and your fuel reserves and your storage. And while you can get better equipment to upgrade your tools, these things are all behind shops at Cube Corp, which, as we've covered, take your time and resources to get to and to use. In addition to needing to almost set aside cube credits for fuel, cube credits being an alternative currency in the game alongside dollars that you earn for basic ship amenities like fuel and hull repairs, for example. I would be fine with either the fuel or the time being the cost to get around, but I'm not fine with either. Looking at the performance of the game, there's really not that many options to tweak. There's basically a high, medium, and low preset with no options to change anything else outside of frame rates, wherein 30, 60, and unlimited FPS are your only choices. While I can appreciate that this isn't the most intensive game, it would have been nice to see some wider customization options for the performance, especially when you consider the Steam Deck's performance, which I think maxed out at about 21 frames per second. On the topic of the Steam Deck, I found there to be a number of issues outside of the performance that I'd previously noted. I found that you couldn't rebind the controls, for example. Now, this would normally be fine. I could chalk this up to possibly just a Steam Deck issue. But I also tried this on controller on PC and wasn't able to do this. And this, to me, is the biggest letdown. This game verges very much on cozy game territory, which, by their nature, want you to be comfortable, and the most comfortable way to play is with a controller. And if you're unable to rebind the controls to suit a controller, it feels like it's almost alienating a bit of a market there. The other issue that I had with the Steam Deck was the continuous amount of soft locks that I experienced, mostly in trying to leave menus. Entering the settings was more often than not a bit of a death sentence, because it meant that I needed to restart my game entirely, and even then, the settings that I would look to change may not have updated in the restart. The game is very much in early access, so things are very much subject to change, and I really hope they do, because as of right now, I cannot recommend Astronomics. To me, it doesn't know if it wants to be a cozy game or a mining automation game. It may lean more into the mining automation game in the late game. However, the absolute grind to get there it's off-putting, and I'm no stranger to a grind. I'm a Monster Hunter fan. I like my MMORPGs. It's just not there in the gameplay loop for me, and if your gameplay loop isn't satisfying, especially in a cozy title like this, I don't know what there is. Those are my thoughts on Astronomics. Thanks for joining me on this DLC episode. I'll see you next time.